everyone. So, the series finale of The Comeback does something that once felt impossible. It finally lets Valerie Cherish win. For years, Valerie has been television's queen of second-hand embarrassment. Desperate for attention, painfully insecure, and constantly humiliating herself in pursuit of relevance. The entire brilliance of the show was watching her stumble through Hollywood while convincing herself she was still in control. But the finale flips that formula in a surprisingly emotional way. Instead of ending as the joke, Valerie finally becomes the person everyone underestimated. The episode centers around the success of Valerie's new sitcom, How's That? Only for her to discover that the scripts behind her big comeback were largely generated by AI. It's such a perfectly modern nightmare for this show. Valerie thinks she's finally earned artistic respect only to realize her creative rebirth came from an algorithm. And honestly, that reveal works because Lisa Kudrow plays Valerie's devastation so perfectly. Valerie has always been someone trying to hold herself together while quietly falling apart underneath, and this episode captures that energy better than ever. She processes humiliation the way Valerie always does, smiling through it while internally collapsing. But this time something changes. When the network pressures her to publicly support the AI system at a press conference, the old Valerie probably would have swallowed that embarrassment for career survival. That version of her spent decades chasing approval no matter the personal cost. Instead, Valerie finally refuses to play along. She abandons the corporate script and gives credit to the human assistant who actually cleaned up the AI-generated mess behind the scene. It's a surprisingly brave moment because Valerie has always cared more about staying relevant than standing up for anything meaningful. For once, she chooses integrity over desperation. Ironically, that honesty became the thing that saves her career. A respected showrunner notices her authenticity and offers her a serious role, one based on talent rather than nostalgia or humiliation. The finale quietly suggests that Valerie finally achieved what she wanted all along, not fame but respect. The emotional core of the episode, though, is really Valerie's goodbye with Billy. Billy spent the entire series trapped between loyalty and exhaustion, constantly cleaning up Valerie's chaos while enabling her delusions. The relationship always felt strangely genuine beneath all the dysfunction, which is why his decision to finally leave hit so hard. For maybe the first time in the series, their conversation feels completely honest. Billy choosing himself over Valerie is sad, but it's also necessary. And Valerie accepting that without spiraling shows how much she has grown. Earlier season would have turned this into another public meltdown. Here it's treated with quite maturity. That what make the finale land emotionally. The show never magically transformed Valerie into a flawless person. She's still awkward, needy, and painfully self-aware in the worst moments. But she finally stops defining herself entirely through Hollywood validation. Ironically, that's exactly when the validation arrives. Ending the series with Valerie as a three-time Emmy nominee feels almost surreal considering where she started. This is the same woman who once handed out cupcakes begging people to watch her sitcom. Back then, her desperation made her impossible to look away from. Now, her resilience became the reason audiences root for her. The finale understands that Valerie Cherish was never really pathetic because she failed. She was tragic because she kept chasing approval in an industry designed to humiliate people like her. By the end, she survives long enough to outgrow that system entirely. And somehow, against all odds, Valerie Cherish gets the last laugh. Thank you for watching. Bye.